What's going on, Tricology family, and welcome back to another episode of the Tricology News Talk. And today episode, we're going to be talking about the Emmys. We're going to be talking about all the upcoming public domain Disney-based horror movies that's going to be on the list coming up this soon. We got the mainstream news to talk about, and you got not one, but two movie reviews for y'all today. So let's not waste time. Let's get started with our first topic. So this past Monday, we just recently had the 75th Primetime Emmy Awards. So, The Bear and Successions led the program with 6 major wins each, including an Outstanding Comedy Series and Outstanding Drama Series, respectively. The former also lead programs was including the Creative Arts Emmy Awards with 10. Beef won 5 awards, including the Outstanding Limited and Anthology Series. The other winning programs, including Last Week Tonight with Jonathan Oliver with 2 awards, Abrupt Elementary, Blackbird, Damien the Monster, the Jeff Dahmer Story, The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, Elton John Live Farewell for the Dodger Stadium, RuPaul Drag Race, and White Lotus with 1 each. In other stats here showing that it is also the first series of the Succession that had received 3 nominations for the Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series. The Last of Us became the first live-action video game adaptation to be nominated in a major Emmy category. And in individual achievements, Perry Barkley nomination for the Damn Monster, the Jeff Dahmer Story made him the first black director to be nominated in a comedy, drama, and limited categories. Jenny Ortega became the second youngest nominee for the Outstanding Lead Actress in a comedy series at the Patty Duke. Petra Bacall, 3 nominations, made him the most nominated Latina actor in a year. And Kevin Montreal Woodruff will become the youngest male actor and second deaf actor to be nominated. HBO/Max led all the networks with 127 nominations, and the two service became the first network for 4 Outstanding Drama Series nominations since NBC at the 1992 ceremony. Amazon, Freevee, and Tubi each earned their first nominations for this year for jury duty and the Nevers, respectively. As mentioned, Elton John became the 9th recipient of the EGOT, while Quentin Beretta and Ayo Albertin, sorry if I pronounced the name, but both ladies winning the Outstanding Lead Actress and Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series, respectively. This marks the first time that 2 black women have won these actress categories for a comedy series in the same category. The former was the first black woman to win her category since the 1981, where Idris Sanford won for The Jeffersons. Ali Wong made history as the first Asian woman to win an Emmy for a lead role in the category. So that kind of wraps up the Emmys, and now we got to look forward to the Grammys and the Super Bowl next month. So with that being said, let's go to our next topic. So we got an upcoming list of all the 8 public domain Disney-based horror movies that is coming out. So last year we just had the Winnie the Pooh and Bloody Honey. So coming up, this is all coming in 2024. respectively. So we got Bambi the Reckoning, Mickey's Mousetrap, Pinocchio Unstring, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, Cinderella's Curse, and a untitled Steamboat Mickey Mouse horror movie. So let me know in the comment section below. If you're watching on YouTube, let me know in the comments below what are you looking forward the most to. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And let's see what other popular character might enter in the public domain in the future. So let's see what happens. But with that being said, let's get into our mainstream news. First thing we're going to talk about is, did James McAvoy hit his return in Deadpool 3 as Professor X? So this is what he had to say. Anything I say will get me in trouble or something like that. I had no contact for them. If they want me to come back, they need to talk to me. Need to be a good script. Need to want me. All that stuff. When stuff like that happens or doesn't happen, that's the reality of it. I'm not saying anything. So, there could be a possibility that we might get Professor X in Deadpool 3. But is it going to be Patrick Stewart or James McAvoy? We don't know. So, we'll have to wait and see until when the movie Deadpool 3 comes out in July. So, no further details on that. Moving on. Fast 11, to be Diesel's last, with half the budget reports. And this is coming for War of Real. The studio is aiming to go lean and mean with the 11th film in the series in an attempt to cut spend that saw the production of Fast X, aka Fast 10, inflate into $340 million budget. I don't think, save for Avatar 2, that there was a film released this decade with a higher budget than that one. Snyder sources say that Fast 11 will have a budget well under $200 million and the plot to revive over a single heist or race. And how about Van Diesel? Snyder says Diesel will be back in what it would be like his character's last ride. So everybody's saying, "Oh, Fast 11 is definitely could be the last of the main series," and you know they could continue on with a much spin-off series and stuff like that. So hopefully we get more further details on Fast 11 and where they go from here. Especially we had that cliffhanger ending in Fast 11 in Fast 10. Moving on, Highlander reboot with Henry Cavill is John Wick's director's next film. This is going to be very interesting. Let's read what the Hollywood Reporter had to say. Chad Chastain is finally making his long-adjusted Highlander movie. The director has been developing the project since 2016, and now is set to be his next film. Henry Cavill is attached to star in Highlander, a reimage of the 1986 film of the same name. Highlander greenlit is part of the sweeping new deal Takashi and Lionsgate announced it on Tuesday. The pact will give Takashi an oversight of the two franchises, Highlander and John Wick. So, what more can I say? I'm excited to see what the John Wick director does with Highlander and how will Henry Cavill do post DC and Superman role. So, yeah, I'm excited. Moving on. Drago movie is still in development, says Dolph Lundgren. And this is what Coming Soon had to say. Lundgren said about the movie, MGM was developing a script called Drago about my character and my son. I think what happened is what the studio changed its leadership, and then Creed 3 did very well, so they started prepping for Creed 4. This is last year. And then now there is a problem with co-star in Creed 4. That storyline that had on the Drago script was interesting. It was kind of a coming to America kind of a immigrant angle with me and my son, and it's pretty cool. So listen, we need a Drago a movie. So everything that Dom Lovett said, so this could be a very good spinoff. So could be his son the life after Creed 2 and also Creed 3 of him trying to be that international boxing star. But now um, he's not the villain like his dad was. He could be that anti-hero type of boxer. So yeah, this sounds all good to me. So hey, MGM, if you're listening, we need a Drago movie. So it can fit well within the Creed series and also into the of course the Rocky franchise. So yeah, give us that movie. Moving on, Andor season 2 finishes filming later this week, and this is what Common Berea had to say. Andor star Diego Luna finally shared a new production update on the highly anticipated season 2 of the hit Star Wars series. The good thing about Andor is we know it has an ending. Nice to work knowing that there's an ending you can aim for something. Luna said as he teased the epic end of the Disney Plus series. I have I have 7 days left to shoot. Tomorrow I'm flying back to London, and we are finishing this. So the first season was great, and can't wait to see what season 2 has to offer. Moving on, Jonathan Majors' film Magazine Dreams dropped by the studio, which was Starlight Pictures. In case y'all didn't know, Starlight Pictures was once known as Fox Starlight Pictures, now owned by Disney. And anything that Disney has with Jonathan Major in it, give it to somebody else. But I'm pretty sure that some other studios will pick it up. Maybe Universal, maybe Warner Brothers, Lionsgate. Anyone can pick it up. But let's read what the Hollywood Reporter has to say. Jonathan Majors' Magazine Dreams is officially back on the market. Nearly a year after Starlight Pictures acquired the bodybuilding drama, the swiftly arm of Walt Disney Studios has quietly returned rights of the movie to the filmmakers, who were now shot for it by other buyers. The move came merged weeks after Jonathan Majors was convicted of an assault and harassment, which he was previously innocent. But hey, we said our things for a couple weeks now. But steaming from the incident involving his ex-partner Grace Jobber, Searchlight Pictures delivered the news that the Magazine Dreams team late last week that it will not be released. It will not be releasing the film, according to sources. So, like I said, other studios besides Disney or Disney owned can buy that can buy the film. Even Netflix can do it. Amazon Prime can do it. So, only time will tell. We'll see what's gonna happen. Moving on. She-Hulk season 2 unlikely, says to me, sorry I pronounced the name, but who cares? Hopefully we don't get a season 2. But this is what Common Burrito has to say. Malene was asked about the chances fans will get She-Hulk season 2 after it was reportedly in development at Marvel Studios. However, the actors downplayed the possibility, suggesting that Disney Plus series most likely won't get a go for season 2 due to budget concerns. I don't think so. I think we blew up our budget, and Disney was like, "No thanks," she said. Hey, good for Disney. We don't need it. That's all I can say. Moving on. Something we want to see, but is in question right now. And that is Mandalorian Season 4. Now, let's read this statement here. Star Wars gave us a confusion more than anything else was in the John Favreau movie announcement of The Mandalorian. After a very missed Season 3 of The Mandalorian, who was clamoring for a movie, after what happens what happens to Season 4 of the show, here's what we know. Pre-strikes Lucasfilm was intent on making Season 4 of Mandalorian. The scripts have already been written during the great Hollywood break. However, things got reevaluated. With plans shifting to a movie as a priority, what happens to Season 4 now is unclear. It's definitely not a given, but if the movie is a success, then it could lead to a next phase of the Mando storytelling, becoming movie sequels. Box office and fan reactions will determine that. So, if the Mandalorian movie goes well, then instead of doing like a Season 4, then maybe they could do a movie sequel. Well, that depends on what they do with the franchise itself, because like they had to make a decision. Like if they want to do a Season 4 after the movie, we don't know. So all we can say is that if the Mando movie does really good, then we can talk and see where we go from there. But for me, I'm still excited for the Mando movie, so can't wait for it. Moving on, Jodie Foster turned down the role for Princess Leia, so I think she made a good move here. So, and we all know that was that was for yeah, you know what I mean. That was for Carrie Fisher. So that she was Princess Leia. So I'm glad that Jodie Foster kind of turned out the role, because most of the times when you see like I don't know if you remember that story, but Will Smith was originally asked to play Neo in The Matrix, but he turned down the role, and Keanu Reeves took the role, which made sense. He was much a better Neo than Will Smith, so you kind of get the logic there. But here's what Variety had to say. Yeah, Foster replied. They were going for a younger Princess Leia, but I had a conflict. I was doing a Disney movie, and I just didn't want to pull out of the Disney movie because I was already on the contract. The role of Princess Leia automatically went to Carrie Fisher, who was 19 years old during filming. Casting for Foster in an iconic role would have changed Star Wars, and she was only 13 or 14 years old when George Lucas' original Star Wars was filming. So there's your answer there. So moving on from that, AMC theaters starts hits record lows. Listen, I am not worried, okay? But let's read this story here from Yahoo Finance saying, at its low of the day starts was down more than 11%. AMC starts has been on a downward spiral for months as the theater chains continue to issue starts to reduce its debt. A move with delegates equal investors. The stocks is down 90% since July of 2023, when its trade just north of the 40% share. In June 2021, the stock closed as high as 339.5% share on a split adjusted basis. But hey, like I said, not too worried. So moving on from that. Matter Web is the longest Sony Marvel film yet. Let's read what coming soon had to say. The Matter Web runtime has been revealed for the latest entry in the Sony Spider-Man universe, and it's the longest film yet. Northwood Film ticking website FilmWeb v. The Direct listed that the Matter Web runtime is 1 hour and 56 minutes, or 116 minutes. Still kind of like under 2 hours still, but this makes it the longest of the Sony recent Marvel movies, and it's beat the first Venom, which was an hour and 52 minutes of runtime, which was the pretty lengthiest there. So it's still kind of 2 hours, but not too much glance about that. But Muncher season 2 may not be happening, says showrunner. So this is based off of Godzilla, and this is what Superhero Hype had to say. Speaking with TV Line this past week, says showrunner Chris Black was asked about a potential second season of the hit monster drama, while Black was quickly to say that there was no official news on season 2 is yet available. The series has done very well, so he remains hopeful we do not have season 2 in order. Black said the show has done very well. He volunteered that we are optimistic and excited. We feel that we have more story to tell. All right, so hopefully we can get a season 2. Moving on, Dune Part 2 runtime gets close to 3 hours. Hey, I'm not complaining. As long as we get to see Dune 2, I am happy. But let's read what Common Berea had to say about it. Digital Spy reports that the pure Irish film classified office, Dune Part 2, will run for a total of 165 minutes, or 2 hours and 45 minutes. That makes it longer than director Denis Villeneuve's first Dune film, which was clocked in at 155 minutes, as well as David Lynch's original Dune adaptation at 137 minutes. It is also Verge's longest movie to date. Hey, I'm still excited for Dune 2. I don't care if it's 3 hours. Just give it to us in March. Moving on. Kingpin clarifies that Marvel's decision to make Netflix Daredevil canon. This is coming from Comic Book Reader. It says, originally understood to be its own standalone universe, Vince Duffer revealed that Marvel Studios intentionally had no plans to inherit specimens from Netflix Daredevil into MCU canon, focused solely on Kingpin and Daredevil. During our restart of All Creative on Daredevil, Born Again, All Creative got together and said, look, this is how we have got to do it now. And we are for sure only speaking it to terms of being directly connected to the original Daredevil, and that's a good thing. Hey, as long as they keep it the TVMA, I am good. Paramount dropped Part 1 for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. That begs the question. Is Mission Impossible 8 going to have a different title instead of Dead Reckoning Part 2? We don't know. But here's what Deadline had to say. Paramount Pictures' Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning will begin streaming on Paramount Plus on Thursday, January 25th in the U.S. and Canada. The film, which had a slight title tweak of Part 1 drop, will premiere in an additional Paramount Plus international market beginning in February of 2024. So, so hopefully we get a update on Mission Impossible 8 and what be the new title will be. And lastly, Peter Jackson's debut draw a bigger audience than Secret Invasions and Loki. That's some good news. This is coming from Comic Book Reader, and it says, Percy Jackson's debut on Disney Plus surpassed 2 recent Marvel Studios releases on the platform. This equates to around 7.15 million complete runs, aka views, in the U.S. over its first 6 days. Percy Jackson earned 13.3 million views worldwide, which is around 105 million minutes. These numbers are greater than Secret Invasions, and which is 160 million minutes, and the second season of Loki, which is 146 million minutes, that came to a total viewing time. So those are some good numbers there for Peter Jackson. So that right there could get a season two, if lucky. But we'll see how that goes from there. And that's all of our mainstream news today. And with that being said, let's get into our first of two movie reviews that we're going to talk about. And the first one, what we're going to talk about is the Beekeeper, the latest action film from Jason Statham. And the plot follows one man's brutal campaign for vengeance takes on a national stage after being revealed that his former operative and powerful uh, coasting organizers being known as the Beekeeper. Mhm. So, man, I can't even tell you how much fun I had with this movie. This is just another trying to help the help who's being wronged by a bunch of scam and crooks, and Jason Statham was there to right the wrong. And man, and some people say this was kind of a makeup from the Expendables 4, just based on the critical reviews and the box office failure that it got. So I think this is kind of a makeup for Jason Statham, and yeah, this was a great action thriller justice, and he hasn't lost a step, man. So that this guy is on the top of his game. So this is like a John Wick, but in Jason Statham's way. So yeah, so this is another masterpiece for Jason Statham, and I would give this movie a B plus. So this was definitely a great movie to watch if you're definitely one of those people that love to watch action movies. And with that being said, and to our next and final movie review, we're gonna talk about is the Book of Clarence. And this one follows a down on his luck man struggle to find a better life for his family while fighting to free himself of a debt. Captivating by the power and glory of a rising Messiah known as Jesus Christ, he risks everything to carve his own path in a divine life, ultimately discovering what the redeeming power belief may have been his only way out. So, most of everything in the movie was kind of real, and some of them was made up for Hollywood. But besides that, this was a really good movie to check out, especially if you're a fan of the director who directed the Hard They Fall, and this was also produced by Jay-Z, and this was pretty good. And I was entertained, and this even though some of the things that may not happen, and then there are some things that actually happen in the Bible. So, but other than that, pretty good, entertaining movie. I will also give this movie a B plus. So, definitely a great movie to enjoy. And with that being said, that's all that we have for today's episode. And if you enjoyed this episode and you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to give this video a like, and comment down below what are your thoughts and opinions. And don't forget to share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell with new episodes and video uploaded. And of course, if you're listening on Spotify, Google Podcasts, or any other podcast audio platform, don't forget to follow me there as well. And with that being said, this is Trico, and I'm signing off, y'all. Peace.